Hey. Wow. This notification bell, beauty. I mean, look, I know it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't know what's going on with this light. All right. Is my Andy Warhol really freaking you out? It's kind of freaking me out. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep them there. Let's move them right over there. All right. So this is going to be real brief. So in my last stream, I talked about, we called up a few people, or we tried. So this is what we're going to do. In the comments and on Twitter, put in the company that you want to hear from, and then also tag the company, if they're, especially on Twitter. Tag the CEO, tag their IR, tag whoever. And then that way they can reach out to me. Because look, some companies just aren't going to want to talk. That's just normal. And a lot of companies might not want to talk to me, especially if I've been negative on them. But this isn't going to be one of those, look, this is going to be for fun. And honestly, this isn't for me. This is for you guys. So I want you guys to, you guys will give me a couple questions. I'll tell you in advance who's going to go on. But it's going to be just kind of a lot of fun, right? In other news, wow, thank you, all 12 of you for coming. It's so nice to have you. So nice. Yeah, I actually like it like this. I really do. I like it when there's not a million people on all at once, and that way, if they so choose, they can ask questions and we can fire away. So let's see what's happened in the market since this weekend. Oh, so Warren Buffett sold Goldman Sachs, ConocoPhillips, and a couple of other things. They dipped a little. Good catch by one of my Twitter followers. I didn't even see the article. It was in Bloomberg. And then stuff's opening up, man. Stuff's opening up. Whether or not that's a good thing or not, I guess everybody's just kind of tired of it. Everybody's in kind of roll the dice mode. If you get sick, you get sick. Or like a man much wiser than me once said, you get wet, you get wet. But yeah, so safe banking was slipped in and passed by Congress. That's good. That'll give us a little charge, but passing the Senate is going to be, it was always going to pass, through Congress. They slipped it in with the coronavirus bill. I think it was called like the HEROES Act or something, the stimulus package. This is wise. Look, cannabis industry is huge. Cannabis jobs have been outpacing all manufacturing jobs for years now. And I think actually now there's more jobs in cannabis than there are in manufacturing in the United States. I have to check that stat. It might be just kind of the growth rate, but it's just silly that small businesses that bring in billions in tax dollars, don't have the protections that they need. It's like, hey, you want to take our money, but then you don't want to give our protections. That's kind of nonsense. So yeah. And other than that, there's nothing really to report. It's so boring over the weekends. I'm sure you're like me and you're just kind of like, is it Sunday yet? Sunday at like 6 p.m. I'm just watching futures. I'm like all excited. I think I wouldn't be surprised if futures tomorrow are like in the first 30 minutes up 1.5% or something, or like let's call it 1.2%. All right, and then they fade and they get down, where it looks like, oh, maybe it's going to go red, and then you wake up and then it's like we've gapped up like $2 on the SPY. Unless Actually, you know what? Here's a good one. Jerome Powell is going to be on 60 Minutes tomorrow. You know what's crazy? Whenever somebody like in finance or Jerome Powell or anybody talking about the economy that holds any kind of sway is on 60 Minutes, the next day there is an impact. It's crazy. It's like all the people that watch 60 Minutes are either on Robinhood or it's all your grandparents or parents, just like hitting the button. But yeah, anyway, so the crux of this is, guys, you have to like and subscribe for this channel. I'm going to be doing these a lot. I need to get to 1,000 subs. Not because like I get like a merit badge or anything like that. It's just not having a comma in my subscribers just kind of freaks me out, man. I'm spoiled with Twitter. You guys have been great on Twitter, Facebook. I mean, even Instagram, even though my Instagram is basically just pictures of my kids mixed in with the occasional, thing about weed. So, stat holiday in Canada on Monday. Any insight? Yeah, Monday's going to be a pretty big day of trading. They generally are when Canada's closed. It's kind of like, we call it the Canada Day off trade. So you see these huge pops and exaggerated moves. The only way that you'll get continuation in those moves the next day is if the company puts something out that's just dynamite, like material, not fluff, or we get some like huge macro catalyst, like, hey, we found a cure for coronavirus. Then it's like, if you were short that Friday, you're screwed. Okay. We love to see that. But, those trades usually you take profit. You take profit that day. So, what the impact is going to be on Aurora, we'll see. It depends which side of the border which was really short, right? Because if, let's say, it was the Canadians that were really short Aurora, well, then they're fucked. And they're fucked because the Americans have all the money and we'll just squeeze you. And not only will we squeeze you, but we're going to really put your nuts in a vice because you're not going to have the same level of access you would on a normal day. Try covering your short on a Monday when everything's closed, like you're calling Canaccord or BMO, like, help, I'm short. Americans are jacking this shit up. Oh, that was more like Southern. I think there would be like a lot of A's in there. Hey, these fucking Americans, got me in a short squeeze. My nuts are in a vice. Nah. Impressions, not really good. Not really my thing. Thanks, man. Johnny Hopkins. Every time I see your name, I think of Step Brothers. Like, I used to smoke weed with a guy named Johnny Hopkins. What was that EDXC on Friday? So EDXC, it was just I talked to the CEO of the CBD company. They're one of like the OGs of pot stocks. Going back to like 2013, 2014. Talked to the CEO, great guy, just a fucking real straight shooter. And yeah, that was it. I talked to a bunch of CEOs. I got a text tonight from Norton, from GTech. Todd Harrison's going to do one of these things. I sent a message to Kim Rivers and Gorstein, Curaleaf. We'll see who else. I'm going to let everybody kind of enjoy their weekend, and then I'll jump in on them. But look, to really get this done, I need, I'd like to have at least 1,000 subs. And I'm not going to do it like this. It's not going to, like, if I'm interviewing people, there's going to be some production value. I mean, I don't know who's going to produce it for me or cut it up for me, though I have an idea. It was me and Sloan Kettering, and we were blazing that shit up every day. Great movie. So yeah, so guys, if you're 27 people, it's okay. So if you're new to the channel, you have to hit the notification bell and subscribe. All right. And I know it fucking pains. Look, guys, it really pains me to say subscribe, like this, hit the notification bell, because that's just not me. All right. But at the same time, it's mutually beneficial. I get what I want, and you get a good trade out of it. Now, if you're, let's say you were sitting on the bid on something all day and you just don't know where to go, but you want to play in the casino, you're just not sure which game to pick. Well, all of a sudden you get a notification. Boom, Wolf is streaming. What's the topic? Oh, there's a call option or a put option lining up. Like, you'd crush it. So call options that I was calling out for Kronos this week, some I didn't even get into. Like, I didn't get into the $5 one. The $5 one went 180%. And the 550 went a little bit more. So that's why I want you guys to hit the notification bell and be my friend, my subscriber. Pot sector is going to rally now with news of this channel. Let's be honest, guys. Honestly, that's exactly what I'm thinking. All right, you know what? The 30 of you that are here, here's the secret. Okay. Oh, also, I have to give a shout out to Britney Spears. It's been 20 years since "Oops, I Did It Again." How fucking old do you feel? All right. Yeah, look, I think a lot of us, especially the people that have been in this sector for a while, guys, I've been doing this since 2013, doing it full time since, early 2014. Because, guys, remember, I started off as just a regular passive investor, right? I had another job, I had a really good job, and I found this really interesting. And I didn't have time to do all this due diligence because of my other job, but I was smart enough and, I don't know, crafty enough to use people that were in different parts of the United States that were close to these companies to see if they were bullshit, if they were, if it was a PO box or if it was a real company. We could get into the whole history of the Wolf of Weed Street some other time, but like, I would pay people $100. I'd be like, hey, does anybody live in like Colorado Springs? Somebody would be like, yeah, I live in Colorado Springs. And I'd be like, I'll give you $100 if you can go check out this company. These are the questions you ask if they're legit. If not, just take a picture and see if it's a PO box. And I shit you not, so many PO boxes, or just no lights on. People would go in. Honestly, guys, I walked into a place once and I thought I had the wrong address. And I was like, oh shit, this company's a scam. And it ended up being like serious operation, like doing, like getting me excited, right? And doing more in revenue than a company that had like $150 million market cap. And I alerted that thing at like 0.004 cents, and it went to 45 cents like 90 days later. 10,000% gain. The thing collapsed, and the CEO turned out to be a complete scumbag, and now he's wearing an ankle bracelet. But what the fuck did I know? I mean, nobody knew shit back then. So it was a lot of fun. Oh, 550 went for 175. Well, it depends. Well, at one point it was 184% just on that day. You have to count where it was the day before. Now, we were buying it at 12 cents, and as low as, some people got it as low as 9 cents. So yeah, but anyway, that's why I want you guys to subscribe. But back to what I was saying, like, the point is, there's a lot of companies out there that, and I look at all the people that interview CEOs, and they're like, all the interviews just suck. Honestly, they suck, right? And I got the nose for bullshit, right? I mean, look at this nose. That's a nose for bullshit. This nose knows. Get it? The nose knows. I've been around too long to, and seen enough honey dicking in this sector. Like, that's why some companies I just stay away from. Some companies I never mention, I try and stay away from, because I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to expend the energy and get into it. Companies like MedMen, yeah, I'll be all over them, because those guys are just fucking scumbags. I know you did, Kevin. I know you joined TTG. Yeah, Edward, so you did my exact trade. We could have waited another 10 cents, but nobody goes broke taking profit. Remember that. So yeah. So anyway, yeah. Look, I think we could get, and guys, not just people, not just CEOs. I'm gonna get drug dealers, and people that were like huge smugglers and now turned legit. People that were activists. People that are growers that be like, give us some insight. If somebody's saying like, yo, I got the, if a company's saying, hey, I got the best grow in the world. Okay, well, let's have one of like the best master growers we know. What do you think? I think that's a fucking good idea. I hear good things about TerraSend. Look, the problem is that a lot of these companies got screwed by a lot of the banks, had to take a lot of dirty money. And it was something that, you know what? I could do I could completely drop a dime on the bankers. Okay. I can't right now, because I don't think it would be worth. I'd like to have a big audience for that, but I could drop a dime on. I mean, I could drop a dime, a huge dime, like giant dime. So yeah. Anyway. You understand the bankers. It's not news to you. I guarantee it's news to whatever I would say would be news to you. You have no clue. No clue. No clue. I mean, look, there's a reason I didn't get back in. And, look, my plan last year was get out in March, get back in the summer, and here we are a year later. Nope. Still waiting. You understand the game, okay? Everybody understands the game, right? Everybody, hey, we're watching a basketball game, right? Look, there's a court, there's a ball, there's 2 hoops, there's 5 guys here, 5 guys there. But that's not the game, right? You have to understand the arena that they're playing in. What's under those floorboards? What's in the tunnels? What's back there? What's underneath? Who's in the box? Shit's deep, dude. Shit's deep. What is wrong with Harvest? Harvest did a bunch of really bad deals. I get a message from the CEO of Harvest. Well, I think he's an old CEO. I think he got booted because I tweeted something, and he's like, "Can you take that tweet down?" He's like, "What you said was wrong," and I was like, "No, I'm not taking it down. It wasn't wrong." So yeah. Anyway, guys, I thought I'd be here for 10 minutes. I'm Mackie research. Why is pot stock fine? That's a good question, Ryan Osborne. So pot stocks tend to be weak in the summer and the spring. It's kind of, look, you know the term sell in May, go away. Well, it's kind of double for pot stocks, right? You also have to understand that the way there's a lot of different variables, when banks are doing financings and, when they're raising money. So a lot of companies, and guys, you must know, and full disclosure, I own, I'm one of the owners of marijuanastocks.com, which you should check out. And, marketing budgets get smaller and smaller come April, May, June, July. And then they'll start picking up like August, September, but then like October, November, December, January, you can make $1 million a month. Just doing budgets, like running budgets for companies like IR wise. So when they're not spending, they can't hold a bid. And they just go. It's just how it goes, man. Still looking at airline calls. Guys, I got destroyed playing airline calls, and I made some of it back here and there, but I haven't done the math completely. Actually, I have done the math. I'm kind of over airlines. I lost a BMW to airlines in the last 2 weeks. So, I mean, I'll probably get back in. Who am I kidding? Yeah. So I lost. I took it in the ass. I revenge traded Buffett selling a month ago, which I think I was right. But it wasn't even the Buffett news that was bad. Every time I was like, I had some momentum and I was good. Then all of a sudden it was like the CEO of Boeing, like it says companies are going to go out of business. They're going to go bankrupt. And then it was like, then the next day, Jerome Powell starts talking about it. And, at that point, time on my options was just winding down. So that's how it goes. But anyway, they just got 50 billion and it's down. It's not weird. You have the reason first they got 50 billion from like doing a raise, like bond raise, right? And I don't think did they get 50 billion? I think they got 25 billion. Yeah, pretty sure it was 25. They had expression of interest for 75 billion. Problem with Boeing was their orders for planes was like negative. They had negative numbers, right? I didn't even realize how many airplanes that they make. Holy shit. I mean, Delta just grounded all of its 777s. Yo, this coronavirus, dude, is making me gray. You see this shit? It'd be like the wolf of Old Balls and Gray Street soon. Yeah, I talked about that a little earlier, that he sold Goldman Sachs, JP. Who else did he sell? JP Morgan. We'll see. We'll see what, look, Buffett's fucking smart, right? And maybe he's telegraphing that at some point Powell's going to have to stop. And here's the thing that you need to consider. Oh, man. Put a pot of coffee on. All right. About to get real. This is, okay, we have coronavirus, right? That's a completely separate variable from everything else, okay? The market was ridiculously overvalued as it was. Apple was overvalued. I mean, Amazon, yeah. Amazon I wouldn't fuck with, all right? Just a lot of overvalued company. I mean, look at Shopify. Shopify is overvalued. Zoom overvalued. Roku, maybe not as overvalued, but you get the point of it. We all know that there's a ton of companies that are not deserving of the market caps that they have, and they're basically just fucking cold stocks. Okay, we get that. So what happens? Markets at all-time highs. The Fed is doing repos, right? They're buying bonds and treasuries. They don't fucking need to buy them. And they're dropping interest rates, all this shit, okay? They're not letting the market function in a normal way, okay? And because of this, that's why when all of a sudden shit does go wrong, they have to, instead of putting in like maybe $1 trillion, now they put in like $6 trillion, right? So it's like the chickens are coming home to roost. Now with all this federal intervention, stimulus plans and everything, market's not really better. We're not in a better spot than we were in December, are we? Do you think that the economy was better in December or November or October or fucking March or May of last year? Of course it was better back then. But Apple's, over 300, SPY is 284, whatever, 285, 286. That shit's nuts. Corporate debt here, 2008. You can't even see it now. 2020, baby. All right. Student loans, 1.2 trillion. Default rates through the roof, or default rates now starting. Real estate, super high. Credit card debt, high. We gave a huge tax cut to the 1%ers. Sorry. Which we didn't need. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I was against the tax cut, even though it helped my bracket out. But what I said on Twitter, and I still believe this, and actually not that I believe it, it's come to pass, that it was really gonna fuck up our market. Not now, but in a couple of years. Well, now it's a fucking couple years later, and so we've got the coronavirus. Now we've got all these triggers. Now add on top of that 37 million people unemployed. What about those other, like those things that are already at the tippy top? Like any one of those things breaks, think of those things as all breaking points. So like coronavirus. All right, so you got coronavirus. So global pandemic, mortgage defaults, credit card defaults, student loan defaults, 37 million unemployment. You get the point. Any one of those or any combination of those, if you had two of those, you're looking at like worst case scenarios, right? Worst case scenarios. Any two of those, you have a worst case scenario. Now we're starting with the pandemic. We have the unemployment, okay? We have really bad unemployment. We have all this Fed intervention that at some point has to stop. We are not we're not really pricing in earnings properly or anything. We're not really pricing in the future properly. So it's like, why should people, be long some of these stocks? I don't know. It's just I don't even know how we got onto this subject anymore, but I would be comfortable if we were just trading in like 250, 260 on the SPY. Perfect. Nice little balance. We go up, we go down, little channel, boom, 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 boom. Playing in the channel, that would be fine. Gives us time that way. Because the problem is when we're already near highs, the rug pulls are just fucking epic. All right. I mean, we had a rug pull on Monday. I did a video on Sunday saying, like, I had a feeling that I got a feeling like it's going to be weird this week. It just feels like we're going to get a rug pull. Monday, rug pull. Everybody starts fucking shitting themselves. All of a sudden, the fucking sky is falling. Dude, traders got PTSD from this shit. Complete disconnect, compound interest guy. Compound interest stock guy. I gotta shorten that name a little. Gotta go get your phone charger. Nah, you're not gonna need your phone charger. I'm gonna just leave it here. 30 minutes is enough. We could get into look, we could talk about this together all day, So I'll let you guys get back to your Netflix and chilling, hopefully, or chilling with yourself. I don't know how to do the drums from Pornhub, but you know what I'm saying. No ladies watching here. All of my guys, I looked at the stats. I was playing around with YouTube, and it was like 98% dudes. So if there is a woman on here, please be very kind to her. Tell her she's beautiful, as you should tell all women. Just be very nice. Oh, there's Steph. There, see, there's my 2%. Yeah, everybody, guys, everybody. I'm not going to say another word till you tell Steph what I just said. Come on, tell her. What do you say to Steph on the Saturday? Stephanie, or is it Stephanie? I don't know. Steph, you look wonderful tonight. I mean, your profile picture is like that big, but you get the point. I really need to catch up on some sleep. I had a rough Thursday night, guys. I'm going to share a little story with you. My daughter, since the coronavirus, sleeps in my room. So we have a deal with my daughter. She can't sleep in our room unless like there's no school, which kind of sucks. So she's had no school. So she's been sleeping in our bed every night. And I've got a 2-year-old son. And guess what? He sleeps in our bed too. Well, the other night, my daughter, like 3 a.m, pissed all over me. Just completely fucking pissed on me. Not even like a little piss. It's like I woke up because I was having a dream that I was going to piss. I almost pissed myself because she pissed on me. So we went, had to go to another room, go to sleep, and she's tossing, turning, whatever. Okay. So that night, I got like 2 hours of sleep, right? Because I go to bed at late. Go to the next day. I'm also like spraying. Like I got urine spray. You know how it is if you got little kids. I get urine spray. I'm like spraying my mattress. I'm like, fuck. Then all of a sudden everything's beautiful. My cleaning lady comes because she social distanced long enough, and she basically quarantined herself for a month. Like didn't leave the house. She comes, cleans my entire house. Like puts like like the sheets, it's like I'm in a hotel. I'm like, oh, so nice, get in my bed. You know, when the covers are nice and tight. Same thing, daughter comes in. She doesn't piss on me. I don't know, I guess she picked her nose or something. I wake up, she's got a nosebleed. I got blood like all over me. Can't win. So just calming her down. So yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep. You know what? Like, you think, honestly, you know, like, there's been times when my daughter's pissed on me. It's not the first time she's pissed on me. I always tell her that when she's older, I'm going to go into her bed and piss on her. I tell her, I tell her, I go, look, your mom and I are going to get like college drunk one night, and I'm going to come and piss in your bed. What do you think of that? Can't wait. And I will do that. I will do that shit. So the market does that every day. Pisses on you. Oh, guys. So yeah. Anyway, I'm glad we could share a few laughs. 6 o'clock tomorrow, we'll do one of these. Or yeah, I don't like to do it at like 8. You know, there's like HBO. It's like catch up on Grey's Anatomy if you're 2% female. And so yeah. Oh man, I could upload some videos today. And you know what? Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen my kids, but I'm pretty sure that my wife had an affair with like David Beckham, or I don't know, somebody that's maybe like Alexander Skarsgård. You know, some kind of like Viking. Like my kids are way too good looking. Like if you look at if you shut off the light in a room with my daughter, like she'll glow in the dark. And my son, man, I always tell him, he's 2, and obviously he doesn't really understand. But I'm like, man, I'm like, when you're in college, I'm like, you're gonna either get a lot of girls or a lot of dudes. I was like, I'm like, this little kid's got charisma. So yeah. But anyway, I think tomorrow we'll gun for like 6 or 7. All right, I'm gonna go and I'm probably gonna smoke some weed. But let's just be honest. I don't want to lie to you guys. I'm kind of itching. You know, I'm gonna smoke some weed. I'm gonna play some Risk for like 2 hours with somebody on my phone that I don't know, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm gonna go through Twitter and all this other shit. So anyway, hit the notification. Oh, Powell's on at 7. Ooh, fuck. Kareem, thank you for that. Ooh, maybe we should do a post Powell show. Kareem, you're smart, man. You should be my producer. So yeah, so let's gun for 60 minutes. How long 60 minutes? How long is that show? Just kidding. All right, we'll figure it out. Maybe like 8:30. All right, we'll do a post-game show. See, yeah, Powell on at 7. Okay. All right, guys, if you're new here, I'm sorry. Usually my content's better. It's late. Guys, also, again, another shout out to Britney Spears. 20 years. Oops, I did it again. Why the fuck am I even saying that? Why do I have a Britney Spears shirt, you might ask? I guess we're going to have to say that's going to be a cliffhanger for the next one. All right, guys, have a good night. Stay safe in your homes. You know, social distance, blah, 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 blah. All right, guys, bye.